Hello. Hello. Okay, good evening to all of you. Students, today we are going to start our new chapter, which is chapter number 6, lines and angles. Okay, let us first introduction about this chapter. So, in chapter 5, you have studied that a minimum of 2 points are required to draw a line, and you have also studied some exams, and with the help of these exams to prove some other statements also. In this chapter, you will study the properties of the angles found when two lines intersect each other, and also properties of the angles found when a line intersects two or more parallel lines at a distinct point. So, that means what are the properties when two lines L and M intersect each other? Okay, you know also this opposite angles are equal. Moreover, in this chapter, one line is intersect more than two lines. Okay, L, M, N and T. So, what will you study in this chapter? Properties of the angles formed when a line intersects two or more parallel lines at distinct points. Further, you will use these properties to prove some statements using deductive reasoning, and you have already verified this statement through some activities in earlier our classes. In our daily life, you see different types of angles formed between the edge of plane surface. For making a similar kind of model using the plane surface, you need to have a throughout knowledge of angles. For instance, suppose you want to make a model of a hut to keep in the school exhibition using bamboo sticks. So imagine how you would make it. You would keep some of the sticks parallel to each other and some sticks would be kept slanted. Whenever an architect has to draw a plan for a multi-storied building, she has to draw intersecting lines and parallel lines at different angles. Without the knowledge of the properties of these lines and angles, do you think she can draw the layout of the building? In science, you study the properties of light by drawing the ray diagram. For example, to study the reflection properties of light, when it enters from one medium to the other medium, you use the properties of intersecting lines and parallel lines. Okay. So, when two or more forces act on a body, you draw the diagram in which forces are represented by the directed line segment to study the net effect of the force on the body. All these things you study in science. At that time you need to know the relation between the angle when ray or line segment are parallel to or intersect each other. To find the height, this is the interesting one, to find the height of a tower or to find the distance of a ship from the lighthouse, one need to know the angle formed between the horizontal and the line of sight. Plenty of other examples can be given where lines and angles are used. So, in the subsequent chapters of geometry, you will be using these properties of lines and angles to deduce more and more useful properties. Let us first revise the terms and definitions related to lines and angles learned in your earlier classes. So, let us first basic terms and definitions. This is important part. Okay. Basic terms and definitions. Recall that a part or portion of a line with two end points is called a line segment, and a part of a line with one end point is called a ray. Okay. So, this is line L and 2 points, part of line with two end point A and B. So, this part is called line segment, and part of a line with one end point. Suppose only A is end point, so from A to B this is ray AB. See here, so we take part of line. Suppose here part of line with two end point. So, this is called line segment, and this is called ray if with one end point, ray AB. So, note that the line segment AB is denoted by this AB and a line segment sign, and its length is denoted by AB. The ray AB is denoted by AB and arrow above, and a line is denoted by this symbol, not down. This is also important. Is my voice clear today? Hello student? I am asking to all of you that is my voice? Can you hear me clearly today? Okay, okay, very good. No. Hello. So, however, we will not use this symbol and will denote the line segment as AB, raise AB and length AB and line AB, and by the same symbol AB. All have same symbol AB. The meaning will be clear from the given context. Sometimes small letters L, M, N, etc. will be used to denote different lines. Okay, I think you understand. So, another one, collinear points. These all are important terms. So, if you can note down. If three or more points lie on the same line, they are called collinear points. Again, if three or more points lie on the same line, they are called collinear points. See here. This is line L and A, B. So, no question for AB whether it is collinear or non-collinear, because at least 2 points are required to draw a line. We have already studied in our chapter number 5. But if another point C is anywhere on the line, then A, B and C are called collinear point. Okay. So, three or more points. If let me take more points. So D. Then A, B, C, D are collinear point. But if E is here and F is here, so let me write A, collinear and okay, you can easily understand. So see here, A, B, C, collinear. A, C, D, B, B, C, D, A, D, B. These all are collinear point. See here, A, E, B, non-collinear. A, B, C, F, non-collinear. A, B, C, D, E, because E is not on the lies on the line. So C, D, F and so on. I think you understand now what we call collinear point or non-collinear. So if three or more points not lie on the same line, they are called they are called non-collinear point. If three or more points not lie on the same line, they are called non-collinear point. Okay. Next, recall that an angle is formed when two rays originate from the same end point. The ray making an angle are called the arms of the angle, and the end point is called the vertex of the angle. So when two rays originate from the same end point. Okay, I have prepared a slide specially for you. So okay, you have studied different types of angles such as acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle and straight angle and reflex angle in earlier classes. So first see this. Acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle and reflex angle. Okay. So first, an acute angle measure between 0 to 90 degree. So if measure of angle between 0 to 90, it is called acute angle. Then right angle exactly 90 degree. You have already studied in your earlier classes. Okay. So greater than 90 but less than 180 is called obtuse angle. Then straight angle 180 degree is called straight angle. Then an angle which is greater than 180 but less than 360 . So reflex angle, here is you can see 230 degree angle. Then complementary angles, two angles whose sum is 90 are called complementary angles. Two angles whose sum, angle A plus angle B, angle B, see here, angle C, angle D, angle E, angle F. A is 45, C is 45, 60, 30, 32, 58, angle G, see here, angle A and angle C. (90°). Sum of both angles 90°. So A and C are complementary angles. B and E are complementary angles. B and G are complementary angles. Similarly, D and F are complementary angles. Okay, it's very easy to understand for you. So, supplementary angle. So, two angles whose sum is 180. Two angles whose sum is 180 are called supplementary angles. So, angle A is equal to 135 and angle B is equal to 45. So, angle A plus angle B is equal to 180. So, A and B are supplementary angle. Angle C is equal to 60 degree. Angle D is equal to 120 degree. So, these both are supplementary angle. So, next. Okay, you understand very well the complementary angles and supplementary angles. Now, adjacent angle. This is the important one. Two angles are adjacent if they have a common vertex, a common arm, and their non-common arms are different sides of the common arms. Again, let me repeat it. Two angles are adjacent if they have a common vertex, a common arm, and their non-common arms are of different sides of the common arms. Okay, let me explain. Two angles A, B, C and D, B, C. Two angles. First one is angle A, B, C. Second one is angle D, B, C. Understand very well. Okay. ABC, DBC. First angle ABC, let it denote by 1, and DBC, let it denote by 2. So, B. Common vertex, this B, for this angle also, for this angle also, for angle 1, for angle 2. And what is common arm? So, BC, common arm for both angles. See here. Here is also BC, here is also BC, or you can see here BC is common for this angle also, for DBC also. So in this situation, angle ABC and angle DBC are called adjacent angle. See here. Now I have specially draw a figure for you so you can easily understand this terms adjacent angle. So in this figure, common vertex is A, common arm is AD, and two adjacent angles are CAD and BAD. Okay. So draw this figure in your notebook. In above figure, CAD angle BAD are adjacent angle. Ray AD is their common arm. See here, ray AD is their common arm. Point A is their common vertex. Again, see here, point A is their common vertex. A is where? Okay. Ray AB and ray AC are non-common arms. Okay, the third condition is also important, that third condition, non-common arms are on different sides of common arm. So non-common arm BA and BD should be different side of this common arm. BD is common arm, so BA is left side and BD is right side. Should be. Okay, see again. Moreover, when two angles are adjacent, then their sum is always equal to the angle formed by the two common arms. So we can write BAC is equal to BAD plus CAD. BAD plus CAD. See here, BAC is equal to BAD plus CAD. So note that BAC and CAD are non-adjacent angles. Why? Because their non-common arms AD and AB lie on the same side of the common arm. Okay, so see here, let me draw this figure again for you. So angle CAD, angle BAD are adjacent angle. A is called common vertex and AD is called common arm. AC and AB, non-common arm, and it is opposite sides of the common arm AD. So this side and this side. Now I think you understand well. And what last question? Let me repeat that. BAC and CAD. BAC and CAD. Okay, what BAC, that means complete angle, and CAD, this angle. In BAC, see here, in angle BAC and angle CAD, in angle BAC, in angle CAD. Okay, so for this both angle, A is common vertex, A is common vertex, and AC is common arm, because in BAC one arm is AC, in CAD one arm is AC, so AC is common arm. But non-common arm AD and AB are non-common arms. But you see, AD and AB are same side of AC, not opposite side. Common arm is AC, and AD and AB are same side, right side of AC, and that's why these two angles are not called adjacent angle. These two angles are not adjacent angle because of their non-common arms are at same side. Now you understand? See here, because their non-common arms AD and AB lie on the same side of the common arm AC. Understand? Okay. Linear pair of angles. Next point. Linear pair of angles. Linear pair is a pair of adjacent angle where non-common sides forms a straight line. Okay, so linear pair again, this is A, C, B, D, say it is angle 1, it is angle 2. Now, angle CAD and angle BAC. For angle CAD, that means number 2, BAC, that means number 1. So in this two angle, A is common vertex. Second, AD is common arm. Okay, and non-common arm, AC and AB are non-common arms, and AC and AB are opposite sides of AD. One is lie on right side, another lies on left side. So opposite sides of the common arm AD, one is AC and second is AB. So both are opposite sides, and that's why these two angles are called adjacent angle. Okay, but now see this. Adjacent angle, non-common sides form a straight line. So here non-common arms AC and AB forms straight line, and that's why these two angles are called linear pair. Angle of linear pair. Okay, so now see here. Okay, now note down, draw this figure in your notebook so you can easily understand common side, common vertex, non-common sides makes a straight line. It's easy to understand now. Draw in your notebook. Okay. So in a linear pair, there are two angles who have common vertex, common sides, non-common sides make a straight line. Okay, then it is called linear pair. So common sides, common vertex, non-common sides forms a straight line, and that's why it is called linear pair of angle. So I think you understand and enjoyed this period, and we will meet you in our next period for further part of this chapter. Okay student, till then goodbye. Okay, thank you.